Today we're going to take a look at what kind of income you need to live comfortably in each state. The income required to live comfortably varies significantly across the United States due to the difference in cost of living and things like housing. Now, comfortably is defined as an annual income required to cover the 50-30-20 budget, allocating 50% of earnings to the necessities such as housing, utility costs, etc. 30% is discretionary spending. You can go out and drink with your friends, go to an amusement park, go see a movie. And 20% of your income goes to savings or investments. Basically, can you afford to live, buy a house, save some money, and maybe pull off a vacation occasionally? Today I'm going to tell you how much you need to make in each state to do just that. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look. Number 50, West Virginia. That's right, we're working our way from the bottom to the top. Depends on how you look at it. If you're looking to save a buck, this would be the best place, because it's affordable. It's so affordable, it sort of lives up to the state's motto, Montani Semper Liberi, which means the mountains are always free. West Virginia is affordable with plenty of bang for your buck. Just be prepared to budget for all those outdoor adventures. There's a lot of things to do out there in those mountains. They're not totally free. I mean, if you go out there and just walk around, it's free, but there's a lot of cool things to do in West Virginia, and it can get expensive. Now, I'm going to give you what it costs to live comfortably right now, but keep in mind, if you want to just get by, it's about half of what these numbers are. A single adult needs about $78,000 annually to live comfortably in West Virginia. That's about $37.88 an hour. A family needs about $189,000. Cut that in half, and that's what you need to get by. At least for the average Joe. If you've got all kinds of medical bills or something like that, or college loans, it might be different. Mississippi. Mississippi, where the cost of living is as slow and easy as the Mississippi River. You can live well on a modest budget here, but don't spend all your savings on barbecue. It is tempting, but try and, have some self-control. Mississippi's got some problems, but it is so affordable. For a lot of people, they're willing to overlook those problems. A single adult needs about $82,000 a year to live comfortably. That's about $39.78 an hour. A family can survive on $177,000. Now, you might see some discrepancies in the hourly wage from one state to the next, and that's because we factored in the taxes in each state, things like that. Number 48, Arkansas. Arkansas is the land of opportunity to save money. The cost of living here is so low, even the dollar stores have discount sections. It's like living in a perpetual garage sale in this state. And who doesn't love a good bargain, right? A single adult can live comfortably in Arkansas for $82,857 a year. That's about $38.20. A family can live comfortably for about $180,000. 47, Kansas. Kansas is a state where you could afford a big house and still have enough money to buy Dorothy's ruby red slippers. Just watch out for tornadoes in this state. A single adult can live comfortably in Kansas for $82,876. That's about $39.84 an hour. A family can survive on $179,000. 46, Iowa. In Iowa, the cost of living is as flat as the landscape. It's an affordable haven where you can enjoy the simple life. And think to yourself, you know what, total boredom's not that bad when you can save this much money. A single adult can live comfortably in Iowa on $83,124. That's about $39.96 an hour. A family can survive on $177,000. 45, South Dakota, where the cost of living is as monumental as Mount Rushmore. It's affordable with plenty of bang for the buck. Just be prepared to budget for all those national park visits and head out to Sturgis, see what that's all about. A single adult can live comfortably in South Dakota for $83,624. That's about $40.20 an hour. A family can live comfortably in South Dakota for $177,000. 44, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, where the cost of living is as friendly as the neighbor's wave. It's affordable, but be prepared for those unpredictable weather expenses. At least in Oklahoma, you can live a comfortable lifestyle without breaking your bank. A single adult can live comfortably in Oklahoma for $83,724. That's about $40.25 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $178,000. 43, Louisiana. Louisiana, where the cost of living is as spicy as the gumbo. It's affordable to live here, but you might end up spending all your money on Mardi Gras beads and big Slurpee-style drinks with alcohol in them. Yeah, you get those down on Bourbon Street. They're everywhere. At least you'll go broke with a full stomach if you do. A single adult can live comfortably in Louisiana on $83,938 a year. That's about $40.35 per hour. A family can survive on $179,000. 42, North Dakota. The cost of living in North Dakota is about as low as the temperature in winter. It's affordable, but you might want to budget for all those winter clothes you're going to have to buy. Layers, everyone, layers. At least you'll have money while enjoying wide open spaces and friendly faces. That's the thing they say there, wide open spaces and friendly faces. A single adult can live comfortably in North Dakota for $84,364. That's about $40.56 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $180,692 annually. 41, Kentucky. Kentucky is known for its bourbon, its horses, and its cost of living that won't give you a financial hangover. You can live large on a small budget, but don't spend all your savings at the Derby. Those hats aren't cheap. Very expensive hats. A single adult can live comfortably in Kentucky on about $84,000 a year. That's about $40.57 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $180,625 annually. 40, Alabama. Welcome to Alabama, where the cost of living is as sweet as a glass of iced tea. Here you can buy a mansion for what you pay for a parking spot in New York City. If you ever wondered where your money goes further than your accent, Alabama's your answer. A single adult can live comfortably in Alabama on $84,456 annually, about $40.60 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $180,985 annually. 'Idaho, where the potatoes are as plentiful and so are the savings. The cost of living is low and the scenery is priceless. That's Idaho in a nutshell. It's the perfect place to stretch your dollar and your legs on all those beautiful hiking trails. A single adult can live comfortably in Idaho on $84,598 annually, about $40.67. A family can live comfortably on $181,254 annually. I think I'm going to stop saying annually. You guys get the idea. 38, New Mexico. In New Mexico, the cost of living is as spicy as a green chili. It's affordable, but you might end up spending all your savings on art and outdoor adventures. New Mexico's got a lot of outdoor adventures. People, I don't think, understand that. I think they think it's just a flat desert, and no, it's beautiful. I say that, and I'm not even a desert type of guy. The good thing is, at least you'll be broke in a beautiful state. A single adult can live comfortably in New Mexico for $84,892. A family can live comfortably on $182,754. 37, Nebraska. In Nebraska, the cost of living is as steady as the cornfields. It's a budget-friendly state where you can live comfortably. Just be prepared to spend your savings on football tickets. Go Big Red. A single adult can live comfortably on $84,982. That's about $40.86 per hour. A family can live comfortably on $182,954. 36, Ohio. In Ohio, it's affordable, with plenty of bang for your buck. Just don't blow your budget on game day tickets. If you're in Ohio, you're going to either be a Bengals fan, a Browns fan, or a Buckeyes fan. I think there's a law about that. But in Ohio, a single adult can live comfortably on $85,204. That's about $40.86. A family can live comfortably on $183,484 a year. 35, Indiana. Indiana is a place where the cost of living is so low it feels like you've struck oil in your backyard. You can live comfortably without breaking the bank. Just be prepared to spend your savings on corn-related activities. A single adult can live comfortably on $85,258. That's about $40.99 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $182,948 annually. Stuck saying annually. I can't stop it. 34, Missouri. Missouri is affordable. That's kind of their thing. It's a little unpredictable. It jumps up and down a little bit, but not terrible. It's about as unpredictable as the weather. It's generally affordable, but be prepared for those surprise expenses. At least you can enjoy the Ozarks and some good old-fashioned barbecue without going into debt. A single adult can live comfortably in Missouri for $85,614. A family can live comfortably on $183,642 annually. Oh, by the way, the hourly wage, $41.16. 33, Montana. Montana is still relatively affordable. It's getting a little more expensive over the last decade or so. It used to be one of the bottom-of-the-barrel cheap places, but things are changing in Montana. People have discovered it. But living in Montana means trading city life for stunning vistas and a low cost of living. Compared to other very desirable states, they're doing pretty good. A single adult can live comfortably on $85,748, and a family can live comfortably on $189,000 a year. 32, Tennessee. In Tennessee, the cost of living is as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. It's affordable with a great quality of life. Just don't spend all your savings on country music concerts. They have far too many there to be reasonable. Honestly, if you don't like music in general and you don't like whiskey and you don't like having a good time, don't move to Tennessee. It won't be your thing. A single adult can live comfortably on $85,904 a year. That's about $41.30 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $184,826. 31, South Carolina. Outside of Charleston and maybe a couple other really nice cities, this is a very affordable state. The people are decent, they rarely get hurricanes, and these people know how to have a good time. I mean, they make barbecue with mustard-based barbecue sauce. I know, to a lot of people that sounds weird, but it's delicious. A single adult can live comfortably in South Carolina for $86,374, and a family can live comfortably on $183,448 a year. Number 30, Wyoming. Wyoming, like Montana, has always been relatively inexpensive. It's getting a little more expensive, but still, they're middle of the pack. Very desirable place to live these days. Just not everyone's willing to pull the trigger on living in a state that has that few people and that much space. If you don't like people, though, it's a great place to live. So I guess if you don't like people and you like to save money, move to Wyoming. A single adult can live comfortably in Wyoming for $86,384. That's about $41.53 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $184,908 annually. 29, Georgia, the Peach State. They got a pretty low cost of living in most places. Savannah, Atlanta, they can get pretty expensive, but for the most part, the state is very affordable. Unlike a lot of the other states, they really don't have terribly cold winters. I heard one lady say you have two seasons in Georgia, summer and Christmas. That's it. But if you want to live comfortably in Georgia, you're going to need $86,540 a year. That's $41.61 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $183,774 a year. 28, Michigan. Housing is affordable, utilities are a decent price, and even Detroit is getting better. Yes, once considered the worst city in the United States, Detroit is kind of turning things around right now. A few more years, it'll be a decent place to live. But if you want to live in Michigan comfortably as a single person, you'll need to make $87,182 a year. That's about $41.91 an hour. And a family can live comfortably in Michigan on $186,000. 27, Utah. We're at that point in the list where things are changing. Utah's the first state on here that most people would consider as maybe a little expensive. Still not terrible, but it's getting there. A single adult can live in Utah comfortably on $87,194 a year. That's about $41.92 an hour. And a family needs to make about $87,226 a year to live comfortably. 26, Maine. Yes, here we go. This is definitely one of the more expensive states. Why not? It's beautiful, it has next to no crime, and they got really good seafood. In Maine, the cost of living might be higher than the lighthouses, but the quality of life is kind of worth it. You'll pay a premium for those picturesque views and fresh lobster rolls. But who could put a price on serenity, right? A single adult can live comfortably in Maine for $87,248 a year. You're going to need to make about $41.95 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $187,000. 25, Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, the cost of living is as cheesy as the local cuisine. It's affordable and it has a great quality of life. Just don't spend all your savings on cheese and Packers gear, though it would be a worthy cause if you did. A single adult can live comfortably in Wisconsin on $87,376 annually. That's about $42.01 an hour. A family can live comfortably in Wisconsin on $186,000. 24, North Carolina. I'm not sure how much longer North Carolina is going to be in the middle of the road here. They've gotten really popular over the last 5-6 years, probably even before that, but that's about when I started noticing that they were really picking up steam. Just in the YouTube community alone, I know several YouTubers that have either already live in North Carolina, like Mr. Beast, and a handful of others that have moved to North Carolina. But if you look at all that, it's still Los Angeles is where most of them will move to. I'm from Los Angeles. I don't know why. Soon as someone tells me they're moving to Southern California or Los Angeles, all I think about is being stuck in traffic for hours. But North Carolina is affordable, it has a great quality of life, and it has plenty of things to do. A single adult can live comfortably in North Carolina on $87,584 annually. That's about $42.11 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $188,712 a year. 23, Texas. Texas has it all. Maybe not as good as it was, let's say, 5 years ago, but it's still a great place to live. It's affordable, especially when you consider it's a very desirable state to move to. Real estate prices are going up, but they're still affordable, again, compared to other desirable places to live. You just got to make sure you have a lot of good air conditioning in your house. That's about it. Another state that has amazing barbecue. I'm on this barbecue thing right now. It's summer. All I'm thinking about is barbecue. So it finds its way into my scripts. Sort of like when you go to the grocery store hungry, you come back with a bunch of junk food. But everyone's moving to Texas. Companies, people, Martians like Elon Musk, everyone. A single adult can live comfortably in Texas for $88,248 annually. That's about $42.43 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $188,254 annually. 22, Arizona. In Arizona, it's a dry heat and a dry bank account. Housing might be more affordable, but keeping it cool is going to cost you. On the plus side, your sweat evaporates instantly, just like your paycheck in the summer months. A single adult can live comfortably in Arizona for $88,380 annually. That's about $42.49 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $189,389 a year. 21, Florida. Florida, the land of sunshine and surprise expenses. Sure, housing is affordable, again, like Texas, It's very affordable for a desirable place to live. At least it used to be desirable. There's grumblings in the real estate community in Florida that they're not getting as many calls from out-of-staters as they have been in the past. Things are getting more expensive there, especially homeowners insurance. A lot of insurance companies have pulled out of Florida. It's just costing them too much money. There's too many claims. The good news in the summer, you don't even need a sauna. You just go out on your back porch. Same thing. A single adult can live comfortably in Florida for $88,702 annually. That's about $42.65 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $190,612 a year. Illinois. In Illinois, the cost of living can vary like Chicago weather. One minute you're saving money in the suburbs, and the next you're broke downtown. At least you have some deep dish pizza to console your soul through this financial storm. A single adult can live comfortably in Illinois for $89,204 annually, breaking that down to about $42.89 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $191,514 a year. Pennsylvania. I'm a big fan of Pennsylvania. It's getting very popular these days, especially the Pittsburgh area. Pittsburgh is not a terrible city to live in. Now, I say that, I'm comparing it to other cities. I always get someone that leaves a comment like, "What are you talking about? That city's horrible. It's horrible to live in the city." And they're from some backwoods town out in the sticks where a crime is someone blew up their mailbox with an M80. So you compare it to other cities. And Pittsburgh ain't that bad. Philadelphia? It's got its problems, especially Kensington. But those backwood areas of Pennsylvania are wonderful. The downside about the backwood areas, they don't have a good cheesesteak. At least not one I've found yet, and I've been looking. A single adult can live comfortably in Pennsylvania for $89,946 annually, about $43.24 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $192,654. Nevada. There was a time when Nevada was probably one of the most affordable places to live in the country. Things have changed. There's a lot that goes into why it's changed. You can blame it on people moving in from other states and all that other stuff. I think one factor that plays a part, and not a lot of people pay attention to it, but it's the state's not as big as it seems. The U.S. government owns about 70% of that state, or at least controls 73%. So they don't have as much room to expand as you'd think, and this will raise prices a little bit, obviously, when it comes to real estate. Now, that's not as big a deal. It plays a small part right now, but I think it'll become more of a problem in the future. Read this article on it. It was really interesting. The land that they do have that they can expand on isn't that desirable. So that creates another layer to this problem that they might have in the future. But right now, it's affordable outside of Vegas. Living in Sin City is expensive and it'll cost you. At least you'll have plenty of entertainment while your money disappears in a slot machine. And that's far more entertaining than living in California where your money just disappears to the local government. A single adult can live comfortably in Nevada for $90,286 annually. That's about $43.41 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $193,862 a year. Minnesota. That's right, from Nevada to Minnesota, hot to cold. In Minnesota, the cost of living is as nice as the people, and they really are. It's affordable, but you'll need to budget for all those shovels and snow blowers you're going to need during the winter. The good news is the lakes are free, and there's no price tag on Minnesota Nice. You've heard of Southern hospitality? Minnesota, they call it Minnesota Nice. They really are nice people. A single adult can live comfortably in Minnesota on $90,682 annually. That's about $43.60 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $194,362 a year. Vermont. One of the most desirable places to live comes in at 16. That is not bad. Vermont, like Maine and New Hampshire, which we'll get to later on, they don't have crime. Yeah, it's so low, I wouldn't say it's zero crime, but it's the lowest crime rate you're going to find in the country in this upper New England area. Some of the small towns here have crimes like your weird neighbor came over and punched your dog in the leg and gave him a Charlie horse. And that makes the paper. But Vermont is pricier than you'd expect. But the charm and beauty make it kind of worth the extra costs. Just be prepared to pay a premium on those picturesque views and local treats. A single adult can live in Vermont comfortably on $90,784 annually. That's about $43.65 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $194,698 a year. Number 15, Alaska. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a surprise. The views are breathtaking, but the cost of living might leave you breathless also. You might need to sell a kidney to afford fresh produce in this state. It's like the price you have to pay for all that wilderness and those stunning northern lights. Talked about it before on this channel, but in case you don't know, Alaska, they have to import a lot of things. Get all the salmon and moose meat you want, I imagine, but go to the grocery store and on average, it's about 20% higher than, let's say, in Seattle or Washington State. That's just because they gotta bring everything up there. A single adult can live comfortably in Alaska on $90,872 annually. That's about $43.69 an hour. And a family can pull it off for $194,606. 14, Virginia. In Virginia, the cost of living is as historical as the state itself. It's affordable in some areas, but you'll pay more in others. That's how it is in every state, but they're a little more extreme. When you get to the northern Virginia area, the jump in cost compared to other parts of the state is ridiculous, and that's because it's right across the river from Washington, D.C., and all those lobbyists and government officials got money to burn on real estate. But at least you can enjoy the history and the beaches without breaking the bank in the southern section of Virginia. A single adult can live comfortably on $92,084 a year. That's about $44.27 an hour. A family can pull it off for $196,484 a year. 13, Delaware. Delaware is like a budget-friendly secret hideout. The cost of living is relatively low, but don't get too comfortable. You might need to pay a toll just to leave the state. It's the price of living in America's toll booth. Yeah, this state's incredible when it comes to that. Really, Delaware, it's a nice state. Once you get out of Wilmington, it's like really worth it. I think it's worth what you pay, again, outside of Wilmington. A single adult can live comfortably in Delaware for $92,456 a year. That's about $44.45 an hour. A family can pull it off for $197,085 a year. Number 12, New Hampshire. Yes, everything I said about Maine and Vermont, the same thing can be said for New Hampshire. The cost of living is as crisp as the fall air. It's pricier than some, but the lack of sales tax sweetens the deal a little bit. You might spend more on housing, but at least you won't get taxed to death on your maple syrup. A single adult can live comfortably in New Hampshire for $94,284 annually. That's about $45.33 an hour. A family can do this for $199,674 annually. Number 11, Rhode Island. Rhode Island, where the cost of living is small but mighty. It's pricier than you'd expect for such a tiny state, but the coastal beauty is worth every penny according to most residents. People that live in Rhode Island love Rhode Island. Just be prepared to spend a lot on seafood and ocean views if you want one. A single adult can live comfortably in Rhode Island for $94,828. That's about $45.59 an hour. A family can pull it off for $200,782 annually. Yeah, it's a little expensive in Rhode Island. Number 10, Connecticut. In Connecticut, you'll find quaint New England charm and a price that makes your wallet want to hibernate. The cost of living is so high, even the lobsters have to have side gigs. At least you can cry into your clam chowder in a historic overpriced cottage. Connecticut, unlike most New England states, has a lot of crime, but it's still expensive. It's like they know it sucks, but they're going to charge you like it doesn't. A single adult can live comfortably in Connecticut on $100,380 annually. That's about $48.26 an hour. And a family can live comfortably for a whopping $279,884 a year. Number 9, Oregon. I moved up to Oregon because it was cheaper than California. Every year it seems like Oregon's trying to catch up with California. like purposely. In Oregon, the cost of living is as high as Mount Hood. It's pricey, but the stunning scenery and outdoor lifestyle might be worth it to a lot of people. Just be prepared to pay a premium for that Pacific Northwestern charm. Single adults can live comfortably in Oregon for about $101,088 annually. That's about $48.60 an hour. And I'll tell you, very few people get paid $48.60 an hour in Oregon. I don't know what it is, but like 2 years ago, the average hourly wage was about $21 an hour. A family can live comfortably in Oregon for $257,338 a year. Number 8, Maryland. Maryland, much like Delaware, once you get outside their major city, which Wilmington for Delaware and Baltimore for Maryland, it's a pretty nice state. It is expensive all the way around, not just in the cities. Housing is pricey, but the seafood is worth its weight in gold. Just be prepared to shell out, literally, for those famous crab feasts. Maryland, I think, is just going to get more expensive because they, over the last few years, have been doing this whole tech hotspot thing. A lot of tech companies, a lot of startups are moving to the Baltimore area. A single adult can live comfortably in Maryland for $102,918 a year. That's about $49.48 an hour. And a family can live comfortably on $239,450. Number 7, New Jersey. New Jersey is expensive in a lot of different areas. Like their taxes, it's through the roof. And of course, they've got toll roads everywhere. And of course, you gotta have a diner budget. This is like the diner capital of the world. It's like nobody eats at home in this state. Everyone goes to a diner. Living in the Garden State, yeah, it's a premium lifestyle. Not a lot of people realize that once you get outside the cities in New Jersey, it's a beautiful state. Again, like Maryland and Delaware. I like New Jersey. The people are a little obnoxious, but it's a nice place to live. A single adult can live comfortably on $103,002 a year. That's about $49.52 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $251,180 annually. Number 6, Colorado. Colorado, where the mountains are high and so is the cost of living. Between rent and recreational activities, you're going to need a couple side gigs just to stay afloat. But hey, those views and that outdoor stuff is worth every penny, right? A single adult can live comfortably in Colorado for $103,292 annually. That's about $49.66 an hour. A family can live comfortably in Colorado for $264,992 a year. Number 5, Washington State. This is a very expensive state. Sure, they don't have any state income tax, but they get you in about 9 other different ways. It's pricey, but the stunning scenery and tech job opportunities are worth it. Just be prepared, because it's expensive to live in the Pacific Northwest. A single adult can live comfortably on $106,496 a year. That's about $51.20 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $257,420 a year. Number 4, New York. Now, obviously, the cost of living in New York City is terribly expensive, and it kind of screws up the whole state's averages. So just know that about New York. Upstate New York and other places aren't terribly expensive, but New York City makes it look like they are. It is expensive, but you can't put a price on the excitement of the Big Apple. Just be prepared to spend a fortune on rent and pizza priorities. A single adult can live comfortably on $111,738 annually. That's about $53.72 an hour. A family can live comfortably on $278,970 annually. Getting close to $300,000 for a family to survive in a place. Number 3, California. Surprise, surprise, they're not number 1. If you watch too much cable news, right away you think California's the worst, they're just terribly expensive, they're the most expensive, but they're not. Here they are at number 3. Their real estate isn't even the most expensive in the country. Now, if you want to live big in California, you want to live by the beach. Living by the beach is great until you realize that your rent is higher than the average person at Burning Man. At least the weather is perfect while you're broke. That's always a plus. A single adult can live comfortably in California for $113,652 annually. That's about $54.64 an hour. A family could live comfortably in California for $276,724 a year. Number 2, Hawaii. Hawaii, where paradise comes at a premium. Living costs are sky high, just like the waves. You'll pay through the nose for groceries, but at least you're doing it while you have an ocean view. You just have to wave aloha to your bank account. And it's the outgoing aloha too. It means hello and goodbye, all at the same time. A single adult can live comfortably in Hawaii for $113,692 a year. That's about $54.64 an hour. A family can live comfortably for $294,612 a year. All right, before we get to number 1, if you like these videos and you like what we're doing here, please leave a comment, give the video a big thumbs up, and if you're so inclined, please share it on your social media. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, the cost of living is as high as Harvard's tuition. You'll pay a lot to live here, but you'll get to enjoy historic charm and a wicked good clam chowder. At least you'll be broke in one of the most educated states on the planet. A majority of their problems are going to come from Boston. Boston is extremely expensive. In a lot of areas, more expensive than New York City. A single adult can live comfortably in Massachusetts for $116,022 a year. That's about $55.78 an hour, and a family can live comfortably on $301,184 a year. Mind blown. Far too expensive. All right, if you like today's video, you'll probably like one of the 2 videos being suggested right now. Appreciate if you click on one of those. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.